So whether or not your kids are doing an in-class learning or going virtual, it's certainly going to be a very different look to the school year than what we've seen in the past. Life in general, of course, has been very different over the past 6 months. And as we've been talking about, that common denominator, masks and physical distancing. So we want to make sure kids are getting back to school safely, whether it's in class or online. But how are they going to do that so it's going to be best for their mental health? Education expert and CEO of Tutor Bright joins me now, Sunny Verma. Sunny, thank you for this. A great smile on your face. We're hoping to put smiles on faces of parents right across the country.
I'm hoping to give some parents a little bit of hope today.
So give us the lesson here. Let's start off with that big lesson for kids starting the school year. Masks, physical distancing. Walk us through what that is going to look like. Perhaps there's some kids listening right now. What can they expect?
Yeah, so I think it actually makes sense for us to look at some of the pros and cons for both online education and in-class education, because I think parents are holding a tremendous amount of guilt right now. So helping reduce that, I think, is going to be absolutely pertinent for them feeling a little bit more secure with the decision that they've made. So when I think about online education, which about 30% of parents have enrolled into right now, two things that parents haven't thought about that are going to be super beneficial for their children. One is that they're going to learn what's called executive functioning skills. Now, this is time management, organization, planning. Typically, you don't learn this till you get to college or university, but kids are going to have to take a lot more ownership of their education. So that's going to be a huge benefit. In addition to that, our kids are going to become significantly better digital learners. Now, the future is going to be a lot more digital. That also means education is going to be a lot more digital. So getting them comfortable on online platforms is absolutely critical. Now, the biggest con that I don't think parents have thought about with online, though, that there's a cost factor. You might have to upgrade your internet. You might have to invest in a new laptop, and that's just to get started with online. Now, with in-class, I think this is where a lot of parents are feeling really uncomfortable, like, should I make the right decision to send my kids to schools? There's two major benefits I think we can't underlook. The first one is that they get to see their old friends. They get to deepen their relationships and connections. So from the educational standpoint, this is really good for their overall social and emotional well-being. And from a cost standpoint, you have a place to send your kids, so you don't have to worry about childcare at home. Now, the biggest con with with in-class education, it's as we approach the common cold and flu season, I think you expect a lot of class cancellations just based on minor illnesses because they exhibit very similar symptoms to COVID-19.
Let's talk about, before I have to let you go, and all these points are so critical and important here, and as a parent, I'm soaking it all in, the masks. And the argument has also been put out there. I mean, the kids are going to have to be wearing their masks. Is that going to hinder some of their in-class learning? Is it going to cause a sense of anxiety? What's the best advice here as parents are going to be sending their kids and they've been schooling them on what they need to do? What would you say?
Yeah, first of all, I think parents need to take a very active role and remind kids to wear their masks, because let's be serious, masks are extremely uncomfortable. So teachers are going to ask kids to be putting on their masks more often than not, which is going to be a big class distraction. And honestly, I think it's going to be very time consuming. In addition to that, masks prevent what we call facial cues. So teachers cannot understand necessarily if a student's actually paying attention, nor will they get a whole understanding if a student's actually comprehending the material at hand. Whether they're wearing them or not, I think this is just going to add to quite a large distraction.
Okay, well, you know what? We're all in this together. All the parents that are out there, we're holding hands. We're going to do it all in one big jump. All right, from Toronto, Sunny Verma, education expert and CEO of Tutor Bright. Great to have you on the program, Sunny. Thanks for this.
Thank you.